Yes, people. Welcome back to Straight Facts, people. Yes. We out here. The best one-on-one podcast, one-on-one show there is. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be spitting straight facts today, as per usual. I am joined by the Don, Hussam. You know what I mean? The one and only, the king of spaces. Yo, how you doing?
I'm good, my brother. I hope you're good as well. First of all, whoever chose that face for the thumbnail need to get fired immediately, even if it's Terry. Terry, you're fired if it's you who
Wait.
chose
Chat
that.
to Terrence is in charge of the thumbnails. That's his department.
Unbelievable. How
Obviously.
how are you not choosing one of the good pictures of this money maker right here? Look at this
Yeah,
beautiful
man, look at all the
face, my God.
angles he could pick, and he picks that one.
Come
Damn
on,
it,
man.
Terry.
Out of all the photos, he could have even used my Twitter picture where I'm flexing my bicep. Why are you trying to ruin my image, Terry, huh? But
Hey,
big up. Thanks for having me.
yeah.
As always, I love doing this show. And we're out here, man. We're out here as per usual. The spaces yesterday, we had a
Oh,
crazy Bellingham space, you know.
I listened
So
to a little bit of it. I was like, yo, hey, Liverpool fans aren't a mad, but I will be touching on that in a bit as well. Guys, you know what it is. Smash the like button, subscribe to the Football Terrace. You know what to do now. And everyone's wondering where Terry is. Listen. Terry is just making sure his health is okay. He's all good. He's just going to be on the way back now. He's just been caught up. So unfortunately, he's not being able to join us today. But just to let you know that Terry is all good. There's nothing up with him. He's just, in traffic. So what we need to do today is allow me to take his place. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here to do some of this stuff. Hussam is crying, no Jude Bellingham. Yes, we'll be getting into all things Jude Bellingham. Also, Man United and the top four race. Will we bottle it? Will Liverpool sneak in there? You know what I'm saying? Haaland, we got looking at maybe Qatar coming in, and we got some conversation about Pep Guardiola and obviously Arsenal as well. We can't have a show without talking about Arsenal in this 2023 season now, can we, Sam? But yeah, guys, smash the like button. Where to start? You know what? Yeah, we'll come to June in a moment. Let's start off with the game tonight. You obviously big up Man United right now, sitting in fourth, 2 games in hand against Liverpool, who's sitting in fifth, 4 points behind as well. So, Hussam, before we get into the top 4 race, how do you think the game's going to go today? What are you thinking? Brighton in good form. Obviously, they want some vengeance from the FA Cup semi-final as well. They're at the Amex, under the lights. How do you see this game going?
I'm gonna be real with you. I get the whole top 4 stuff, but I'm just out, man, personally, as a Liverpool fan. I'll explain to you why in a second. But today's game is gonna be a very interesting one. De Zerbi, he's been getting a lot of praise recently, and he deserves some of the praise. I'm not quite sure he's ready to make the step up, like to certain clubs. Certain club fans do want him to be their manager. I think we need to see him a bit longer at Brighton, but he's made a fantastic step for Brighton. He's actually probably elevated them a bit more than Potter has. Not over the time frame, of course. Potter done a lot more groundwork at Brighton, but De Zerbi did kind of take them to that next level. With Man United, look, it's at the Amex. Usually, Man United don't do well away from home. It's the truth. It's at home.
We've got the fifth best away record in the league, so we do okay away from home. But you're gonna add this whole top 9 narrative that people like to add on. Top 9, then it'll be top 8. Then it'll
True
be top
though,
11.
is it a lie?
I'm not saying it's a lie, but all I'm saying is the narratives like to change depending on where certain teams are. Know what they do? They get every team we lost to away, and then it's like wherever that last team is, that's the In between that, you've not won a game. So
okay, so let us debunk that right there, Mr. KJ, trying to do this whole Man United have an agenda against them crap. Let's do this right now.
No, I'm saying
so Man City.
Actually, you do actually.
One second. This show called Straight Facts. So let's give the people the facts.
Spit the facts then.
Let's give the facts. So Man City away, loss. Arsenal away, loss. Newcastle, did you win or lose there?
No, yeah, they lost there.
Okay, you lost. Liverpool, Tottenham, you bottled that lead. Aston Villa, I can't remember. Brighton, you're about to go to tonight. Brentford, you lost. Start of the season. Fulham.
We beat them away.
Okay, so you beat one out of the top 10.
Yeah, listen. You know what
It's
it is?
no, but it's not an my point is it's not an agenda.
When Fulham or when like Brentford or Brighton were like down in 11th, it was out of the top 11 teams, Man United haven't won a game. You know what I'm saying? And now it's been moved up a bit. Now they've moved up a bit. It's like, okay, now it's the top 9. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying we haven't lost to these teams. We have. But all I'm saying, the narrative change, the top the top number changes depending on people are. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
True,
But
the table does change, but away from home against good teams, you have performed well. It's also
no,
truth.
we haven't performed well. No, we haven't. I'm
Okay,
not
so
saying that
there
we
you
have.
go then. So
I'm not saying
because
that we
it's
have.
at the Amex, it is a possibility today that Brighton do turn up. The XG kings of the Premier League. Sometimes I just sit down and wonder, like, what if Brighton just had someone who could score goals? Like, where would they be? Because the type of football they play is unbelievable. We even saw in the semi-final against you guys how unlucky they were. Extremely unlucky, may I add. Because they just didn't have a forward. And today, it's kind of the same stuff. I know Evan Ferguson is out as well, so you're gonna have the whole, Danny Welbeck type players. So it's just like the problem is they just lack goals in that team. But if someone like else could turn up and score a goal for them, maybe like a McAllister, someone like a Caicedo, maybe one of the wingers, Solly March, maybe could turn up with a goal. It's possible that tonight they win. And Brighton themselves, by the way, they've got 3 games in hand. I know they're 8th currently as things stand, but they've got, sorry, not 3 games in hand, a game in hand, and they could get involved in this. Now, for a club like Brighton, before I get into Man United, for a club like Brighton, getting Europa League is important. And I know, like us, like your fan base, my fan base, the top 6 fan base, we kind of sometimes look down on Europa League. A lot of the people, not necessarily me and you, but in general, many people
That's true.
look down on the Europa League. I think for Brighton fans and for Brighton Football Club, the Europa League would be a very important step, towards maybe establishing yourself as some sort of European team. And because of the whole idea that if you win the Europa League, you do become a Champions League team, that itself is an extra incentive. So like they have something else to work with. Now, from Man United perspective, I said I was going to get onto it, so let me just say it.
Yeah,
I'm going to be so real. No one is a bigger hater of Manchester United Football Club than Hussam, but at the same time, I recognize when to hate and I recognize when to just let it go. Liverpool fans in the comment section, I apologize, but it's over. Like, just if you have hope, I love you. I'm sending you love. But my lovely people, there's like 4 or 5 games left, bro. Like, it's not, we left it too little too late. It's that you want to hear the truth? We left it too little too late. Had we changed this whole Trent role and blah, 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 and started winning, then maybe there might be a top 4 race on our hands. But as things stand, bar like a Newcastle meltdown where they lose 4 in a row, or Man United literally losing half their games. Like, let's just speak math here. Out of the remaining 6 games, Man United have to lose 3. They have to lose 3 out of 6. I believe we can win every single game because I don't think we have tough opposition left. So I think probably can win every single game. But that's not the point. Even if we do win every single game, we're relying on others. That's the problem. So look, we have hope. If you have hope, fair enough. Me personally, I just don't think it's there. So but I do expect Brighton to fully win today, by the way. I do
All right,
expect
listen,
Brighton.
I'm Brighton. I'm not going into this game thinking it's like we're gonna win. Honestly, I'm not. They play excellent football. And you say they struggle for goals. Them man put 6 past Wolves the other day. They can score. You got Pascal Gross coming up with goals recently. Solly March has been in the best form he's probably ever been in. Danny Welbeck chips in when he can. Obviously, old man Welbs. I love him, but yeah, old man Welbs and that. But yeah, so Brighton are look. They play some of the best football in the league. In the semi-final, they worried me that that good bits of possession, that good bits of play in the final third, couldn't get the final goal. So yeah, I'm not gonna go into this thinking, yeah, top 4 sealed, like we're done and we're complete. Nah, none of that. I am completely on the train of we could lose this game. And personally, if we come up with a draw, job done. Job done for tonight. I am not expecting anything much because Man United, You're right. Listen, away from home against these better sides, we have not been great, and it's not just because certain players have been out. It's been throughout the entire season. We've had Varane and we've had Martinez at the back, still held 7, still held 6 against Man City. We've had different combinations. We've had Casemiro in these games. We've had all these different players. We've had Rashford. So it's not like these players are not around and therefore that's why we're going to lose the game. It's just within us, and Ten Hag needs to make sure that he secures at least a point there, because that will bode us very well in securing and just finalizing top 4. And you say it's done. You say it's done. I'm saying it's not done until it's done. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always a bit of me, especially with Manchester United, that there could be some kind of collapse around the corner. Maybe not now, but down the road. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's always there lurking in the background.
Do you think you can lose 3 out of 6 though? Because that's what it goes down to.
I don't think we could. Okay, so let's just go through this real quick.
Yes.
Let's go through this real quick because so we've got Brighton today. That is a potential. That's a potential L.
Okay, let's assume, just for the sake of argument, you lose that one.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, say that's an L. We need to lose 3 more games for you to catch up. West Ham away, techie. But then we've got
Wolves at home,
which our home form I can be confident in. Bournemouth away, which I can believe that we could beat.
Yes.
Man United at home.
Chelsea. Have some shame, KJ. Don't even deny.
Chelsea,
have some shame.
That should be a W. And then final game of the season at home to Fulham, which would not be an easy game. So no, like, listen, we're not. I don't think we're gonna lose 3
unless
games,
Fulham could beat you at home in the final day or something. Then I get it
potentially.
But like, even if you lose to West Ham and Brighton, the remaining fixtures are, because Wolves are on the beach. I think Bournemouth have probably confirmed safety as well, so they're going to be on the beach. That's 2 teams on the beach in a row. You haven't got Europa in between that. The FA Cup final is only till June. You got the Chelsea game. Chelsea are not just on the beach. Chelsea are just fully lost. Chelsea are lost at the football club. So let's not even go there. So basically, we're saying Fulham last day. So unless Fulham somehow, gift the Champions League qualification to Liverpool, I just don't see it happening. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you where this could happen. But it's an even further stretch, maybe. But it's a possibility due to toughness of fixtures. You got Newcastle. Because Newcastle play Arsenal. They play Chelsea away. They play Leeds away. They play Brighton at home. And they play Leicester, who need to win to keep their Premier League thing. Now, here's the thing, KJ. Me and you watch Premier League for a long time. We've seen 2 examples of this. Because people keep mentioning the quote-unquote, with all due respect to Newcastle, the smaller teams. There's 2 examples of this. There's when me and you were growing up, Everton in 04-05, where they just went along with it and they actually finished 4th. They messed up Champions League qualification. Hold that. I hope we get relegated. But point is, they finished top 4. And then we have the Leicester example of the recent years, where they were 4th for a really long-ass time, and then they just kind of fell off.
Twice. They did it twice in a row.
Twice. So it's a possibility.
West Ham as well.
But here's the thing. It's a possibility, not a probability. That's why for me, I'm kind of just off the whole top 4 thing. Like, I kind of just don't see it happening.
And it's kind of difficult because you guys also need to win every game. And I'm not going to lie here. You guys have been getting over that line a bit like the bum's been clenched, you know what I mean? It's been squeaky bum time in some of those games. So there's been draw, like obviously the biggest one being Spurs. If they weren't Spursy, that's 1 point drop. That's 2 points dropped on boom. That's basically you done. I wasn't West Ham. They were crying about some kind of penalty shout or some kind of goal being denied towards the end of the game of that one. Fulham. Okay, to be fair, against Fulham, they had chances, but more time you was in control of that game. Like, if we're gonna be honest, so yeah, like you guys have to do that, and then also us drop enough points for you to get in. It is going to be tough, but in football, never say never, because listen, who would have thought Arsenal would have been challenging for the league title? You know what I mean? Who would have thought Newcastle would have been where they are? So listen, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. I'm going to go through some comments here real quick. Super chat here says, no, Hussein, Man United have to lose 4-3, still about 4. 3 still
Man
about.
United have to lose
Oh,
4.
so yeah, for you to overtake us, like it would be 4 losses.
We're
Or
4 points behind, but you
Mm.
got 2 games in hand. So if you lose
Yeah,
2,
yeah,
4, oh, that's true. So you have to lose 3.
yeah,
You
yeah,
have to lose 3 and draw 1. So come on,
yeah.
KJ,
Lose
man.
3, draw 1, and that
Get it
would.
together, KJ. Put them on the line, KJ. Just say it. Just say it. You're in the Champions League next
All right,
season. Come on.
listen. When it's done, when it's done, it's done when it's done. KJ, the mighty Manchester fearing Brighton. Oh my days, settling for a draw. Okay, so listen, you're a Chelsea fan, so you're clearly hurting. You know what I mean? So you're in pain. But you guys, plus Hussam here and everyone else, has been calling us crap for how many seasons in a row? So if I came with chest, you'll just call my team crap anyway. So it's which one is it, my guys? Can I be honest and know where we're at and know we're not at the level of Man City to go into every game and think we could just beat them no matter what we do? Do I just ignore the facts of the matter of our away record against the teams in the top 10? Should I do that? Or should I be honest and be like, actually, no, these are the facts of the matter. We're not that team yet. And it is what it is. So listen, True Blue, my guy, I know you're in pain, but don't take it out on me and Man United. Your expectations should be to go to Brighton and win, but you're scared of every team that you face. You would be going to a League One team and be scared to face them at this rate. You, man, could be relegated if there's 5 more games. So don't come for me. Worry about Chelsea, my brother. Worry about Chelsea. What else have we got here? Hey, man, that for us says big up KJ and Hussam, love from Saudi Arabia. Yo, big love to you too, man. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Sean saying we will lose or draw 70% of our games. So, hey, Sean, I hold you to that, bruv. I hold you to that. If we don't do that, I'm gonna come for you. I'm gonna come look for you and just see how you're doing. And we got Tom Little here, man, like our guy Tom. Hussam, we don't need Bellingham. We've got the better player in Curtis Jones. Don't you agree, mate? Oh, you know what? Yeah. Before we go on to Bellingham and Liverpool, score
I
prediction.
refuse to address Tom Little because I will just cuss him out. Let me not do that. Honestly.
I got it, Tom. Hey, listen, brother, score prediction. What are you thinking, Hussam, tonight?
As I said earlier, I think even though I think top 4 is over, I think Brighton do win today. So I'm probably gonna edge it maybe 3-1 to Brighton, 2-1 to Brighton, to be honest with you. So why saying like I said 4-0 or something?
No,
I said 2-1,
no.
3-1. That's a close game, KJ.
The fact you got a score in, I'm just like, okay. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm probably going 2-1, 3-1 Brighton, to be honest with you.
No.
Like I think Brighton win the game. But once again, I don't think it changes anything, maybe long term.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for my draw still. I'm just gonna go 1-1, clean, just bore fest. I reckon it's one of those ones where it's been hyped up so much for this massive collapse of United that it's actually just a boring game and it's just like 1-1 and it's just that. I will take that. I'll be happy with that personally. I'm gonna take some of that. You see, this is what I mean. 3-0 here, 4-0 here to Brighton. You got a smooth 3-1. So I mean, people are saying that this is gonna be easy pickings for Brighton. Apparently we're getting smashed 4-1. Hey, listen, if we do it, it's peaking it. But hey, listen,
Brighton are very good at home, to be fair.
No, they are very good at home. I just bring me a draw. I'm gonna take it.
Didn't they beat City? I swear they did. I might be wrong. No, that was Brentford.
I know,
sorry,
Brentford BC. Brentford BC.
Sorry,
That was a very good game. Man like Ram says 2-2. Yo, fam, if we're scoring 2 goals against Brighton, that'd be mad. We can't score more than 2 games there, apparently. As we do. Hey, look at it. 2-1 to United only for K. Hey, listen. You see, he's brought good vibes back to himself. Come on now. Right, we need to talk about this, Hussam. We need to get into this now. Everyone, smash the like button, subscribe to the Football Terrace, and make sure you share this video out so everyone can see that straight facts have been spoken about. Liverpool. Now, we have been told by many people, whether it be journalist, content creator, even the Don Hussam himself, was talking about Jude Bellingham coming to Liverpool. It was all the rage. It was some people, not Hussam. Hussam wasn't on this. Hussam was one of the many people fighting against the lack of investment in the summer. in terms of the midfield. And many people are like, it's okay. It is okay because we'll get Jude Bellingham. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Next summer, we'll get Jude Bellingham. Now that FSG have done FSG things, Hussam now has to shave his head on stream. Because we don't forget, Hussam. We saw the tweet. We saw the tweet. If you don't get Jude Bellingham, you're gonna shave your head. You don't have to do it on here, but I'm gonna watch it. You know what I mean? We want to see it. But yes, Jude Bellingham is now looking like he's going to be going to Real Madrid. They're looking to tie this up as quick as possible. And Liverpool miss out again on another target. Hussam, how do you feel and how is the Liverpool fan base right now about this situation?
I'm so glad you said not me though when it came to the summer, because I still remember two negative reviews. It was just an all-out war with my fan base this summer. And I by the way, I suspect this summer the same thing gonna happen. But it is what it is. How does my fan base feel? My fan base feel like shit. It's the truth because we went from almost achieving football, just eternity in achieving something that hasn't been achieved before in English football, to just absolutely sinking so low. And look, clubs do have fall offs. People do fall off, and it's normal sometimes to fall off, but people fall off like in steps, if you would like if a normal Liverpool fall off would have been us finishing third, maybe us finishing second, us finishing fourth, maybe not competing so much, blah blah blah, but still at least being in the top four. Our fall off has been mad. Like just about 4 weeks ago we were 8th, 9th. Like it's not like yes, of
Yeah.
course, with the Trent new system thing, we picked it up. But, Liverpool have just been absolutely underwhelming this season. And underwhelming is even me doing the club a favor. And I think here's the problem. The fan base, I think patience has run thin. I think many people are just tutoring on ownership now. I think even a lot of people that we see maybe interact with the time on the timeline on Twitter, whatever, even on YouTube, that maybe are quote unquote top Reds, maybe Liverpool fans who just back the ownership, they back everyone blindly, kind of. Even everyone's just turning now because I think everyone's just kind of realizing we're in this situation for a reason. Now, the cold matter of the fact is. Fact of the matter is that since 1920 we haven't won anything major, I would say, as in Prem champs. Those are the kind of two trophies that most clubs aspire to win. FA Cups, Carabao Cups, brilliant. Club World Cup, etc. We all love those trophies, but at the end of the day it's about those two big ones for me, and we haven't won them. And this might shock you, but I think regardless whether we get Jude or not, my expectation for next season is win the league. My expectation for next season is not top four, build and process and all this crap, because the foundation is there. Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Robertson, Thiago, Salah, that's the foundation. The foundation are the world-class players you have. That's your spine. Those are the players who have been on podiums, players who have been in World 11s, players who have accomplished, Guinness World Records, players who have done all of that. So these are players that have what it takes. So now we must add on to that. And for me now, it's getting to the stage where this summer we need quality and quantity. It's no longer just a quality thing. We need quantity as well. We need numbers. We need players. We need 3-4 players. So that's the thing for me. I think we just need to establish ourselves in the transfer. And the Jude Bellingham saga. Here's the problem, right? I'm gonna go live on midnight today on my channel to discuss this, and I'm just gonna go like absolutely on a rant. And now I've had my coffee, I'm a little bit more calm. But when the night strikes, I'm a bit more angry. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah,
but here's the thing, right? People always think that because we're mad at the Jude Bellingham thing, that Liverpool fans by default are calling Jude Bellingham Zinedine Zidane. We're not. We understand that Jude Bellingham's only 19. We understand that if he comes in, maybe he wouldn't hit the ground running. Maybe it would take him a little bit of time. Our biggest problem is a problem based on principle. The problem is, why did you waste a year of my life? That's the bigger problem. So all of these players, whichever one, KJ, whichever one you see, Liverpool Football Club by this summer. The problem is we could have had last summer. Whichever one you want to bring to the table. I'm not saying we're going to sign these. I'm just giving as an example. McAllister, Kefren Turam, Caicedo, whichever guy, whichever human being who can play in midfield, we could have brought last summer anyway. So you just wasted a year of my life for nothing. And this is not something that Hussam made up. Get well soon, Terry. Big up, man. Big up. Don't worry, we got you. This is not something that Hussam made up. We're talking all the journalists. We're talking Fabrizio himself, tweeting about Klopp and Bellingham almost speaking every day. Paul Joyce, who is the Liverpool reporter, he's the Liverpool reporter, just 5 weeks ago was speaking on Bellingham joining Liverpool this summer. Everyone just kind of said that same thing, like Liverpool Football Club, we're going to sign Bellingham. So now you just wasted. By the way, the first tweet about Bellingham wasn't even in 2022. It was in 2021. We've been talking about this for 2 years.
That's true.
So you just wasted a year of my life for absolutely no reason, because whoever I was going to get now, I could have had last summer anyway. So why did you just waste my time? That's the bigger issue here. And now we're supposed to sit up here and get excited about the likes of Gravenbergs and the McAllisters and blah, blah, blah. And now this is the problem that people maybe are not foreseeing a little bit here. Extra pressure will be applied on those players just because of the whole Bellingham saga. Yeah. Just because we didn't get Bellingham, they're going to come in as the Bellingham replacement, quote unquote. So everyone's just going to have it in their mind, like McAllister better perform type thing. So it's just the Liverpool fans are frustrated. The Liverpool fans are angry. The Liverpool fans are kind of annoyed at our football club, and I understand why. So look, this summer it's fixable, but we have to go 5 from 5. We have to make every single correct transfer decision. Yeah. And now finally, last point, when it comes to me shaving my hair, I'm a man of my word. I'm going to do it. But also, I'm not dumb. So I'm waiting till the transfer window opens. When I see him wear another team's shirt, I will go live and I will cut my hair. Because KJ knows how football works. He knows. If me and KJ were doing a stream in May of 2022, in 2021, 2 years ago, when I first started being a content creator, it was well-known fact that Harry Kane was going to end up at Man City. I'm not saying Jude Bellingham's going to join us, but everyone would have said Kane is a City player. And then the transfer window opens and suddenly all hell broke loose. So
Mbappe was going to Real Madrid. Haaland was going to Real Madrid. You know what I mean? Like, so listen, transfers are mad. So you know what? Yeah, Hussam, I rate that. Hey, you got a bit of knowledge in there. You got wisdom. Don't do it yet, because if there's some mad U-turn of everything, then you'll be bold for no reason. Even though bold is best, you know what I mean? If you have a bold manager like Man United or City, you'll understand that phrase. Maybe Klopp needs to shave his head top. But here's my thing, though. I understand Liverpool fans' frustration, especially like guys like yourself, guys who have been calling out the ownership for like a very long time, and saw through the nonsense that was being put out there in
the
PR. The PR, you know what I mean? The PR by PR Joyce, you know what I mean? Paul Joyce himself putting it out there for the club. I'm just sitting there baffled about how the fans who were so bought into this whole "it's okay, we'll get Jude in the summer," how they've been swindled again. Like, it's not like it's the first time that this has happened for Liverpool Football Club. It happened when you guys signed nobody for years, before that one season. It happened when you guys were supposed to sign Sancho. You're supposed to sign Tchouaméni. There's always these signings that were supposed to come up. And the reason why you haven't invested properly in that summer is because next summer, we're going big. You know what I'm saying? Next summer, that's when everything's going to come in. And then every single year it happens. Big things come in. Big news come in. Big plans. Towards the end of the season, it's, actually, we decided against it because it's too expensive, or this player is not really worth it, or we actually believe that the 5 midfielders that we got that are all injury prone, they actually can become not injury prone and become good next year. So we've got a squad full of ready fit midfielders. It's just, but I'm just like, guys, can we stop? Because then they get on to play people like Hussam for having lack of belief or being negative when he's speaking truth. When he's spitting the facts about this football club and these owners, You guys want to have a go at him. It makes no damn sense. That's why my man's flying planes. And by the way, anyone mucking someone trying to get change from this ownership, from ownerships in football, you need to look at yourselves, because you're gonna be there crying about no Jude, no Jude, no Jude. But when Hussam's around to make them do something, make change, you want to go and have a go at him. Yo, have a tap
There's
up there.
there's a section of fans that annoy me even more than the top Reds. Said section will say, "I'm FSG out, but um, I don't think the plane is gonna change anything. So let me just sit on my ass and just do absolutely nothing about it." These people get on my last nerve. Like they get on my nerves even worse than the top Reds, because these people are just sat there like, yeah, I want this ownership out, but guess what? I'm not willing to do anything because football is about enjoying the game with my mates and going to blah, blah, blah. Well, unfortunately, my brother, when you were born and you decided to support Liverpool, or it was passed down onto you, you need to understand that you're supporting a successful institution that was built on success. The likes of Bob Paisley and Kenny Dalglish and Bill Shankly and Joe Fagan and all the unbelievable players who played for us, Graham Souness, who just left Sky, everyone, all the players, all the managers, they didn't turn Liverpool into this giant institution by just going the game. They turned Liverpool into this giant institution by winning trophies, by accomplishing stuff. And the plane that you mentioned, this is our second plane. We might fly a third one soon. And it just shows the frustration, because within 3 hours, the plane was fully paid for, fully booked from the fan base, sponsored by the fans as well. Big up everyone who donated as well to the plane. And the message for me was crystal clear. It was a PR attack from all angles. It was Penguins, Red Sox, Liverpool Football Club, one common denominator, Fenway Sports Group, at 3 institutions who have failed to sustain success at the top. KJ knows this as a content creator. Even just us, like right now, as YouTubers that you guys are watching. If we get to a certain level and we just stick there and we don't improve and we don't try get to the next level and next level and next level and try create a new show, try have a new idea, just sit on sort of the level that we reached, that is how you fall off. That's how other people overtake you. That's why you've always got to be ready. When you get to the top, it's harder to stay at the top than it is getting to the top. That's the thing. So for me, the FSG out plane actually achieves its objectives because it gets the conversation going. People start talking about FSG out. I mean, for the first time ever after the plane, for the first time ever, we got a whole Sky Sports segment on FSG out. But if I were to ask the commoner who doesn't know anything about the Liverpool Football Club 6 months ago, what do you think of Liverpool's owners? He's like, oh, they're probably not as bad as other owners. Yeah, they're probably good owners. Why? Because of all the positive spin that's been laid on them. Now people have been made aware. People know that many people are not happy with FSG. There's people flying planes. FSG out is trending almost every day as a hashtag. So all these things matter step by step. To topple an empire, you have to take out brick by brick, brick by brick. So the plane is a step in the right direction. Please understand that we're not dumb. We know that John Henry is not going to be sat there, even if he is watching the game, scrolling through his Twitter, going like, "Oh shit, there's a plane. I must sell Liverpool." No one knows. Like, we're not dumb. Of course, that's not going to happen. But it's negative PR. It gets the conversation going. It raises awareness on the owners. People now are actually looking at it. And I can't lie, the Bellingham saga was probably the last straw for many people, because when you watch that Klopp press conference, and Klopp press conference is starting to, when he started speaking about the whole Bellingham stuff, and he started talking about the inability to afford Ferraris, that is when many people kind of lost it. Because you've been building up Liverpool as this giant institution that's, now been making money like a Man United and like a Real Madrid and all of that. So now, of course, all the financial experts will come tell me revenue is not like profit. Okay, no problem. But we win the league, we have no money. We win the Champions League, we have no money. We qualify for the Champions League, we have no money. We qualify, we don't have no money. So, like, is there any scenario that we have money in?
So where's all this record revenue and record money you're bringing in? Where's it gone? It's all mad. And you got comments like this from Twisted. Big up Twisted. He's always here with his insight of the way he thinks. He goes, Hassan, be grateful. FSG have tried their best. But if they've tried their best, and they're no longer good enough, why should Liverpool fans even be happy that they're not good enough? At least they tried. Like, no, like, what is this? This is elite sport,
Twisted
man.
is a Man United fan as well. I know what you're doing, you bozo. Twisted. Nice try there, though.
Oh, now he's Twisted his Crystal Palace, I think. And it's random Twisted. Literally, Twisted
No,
couldn't. He asked
Twisted's a
all these
United
questions.
fan. I know him. Are you not a
Twisted,
United fan, Twisted? Tell us.
Twisted, you support Palace, isn't it? I swear you support Palace. Put it in the comments.
Don't deny it in the comments as well. Don't lie, Twisted. Don't lie.
But yeah, like it needs to change. It needs to change to happen at Liverpool. I listen. As long as FSG live, I wish nothing but pain and misery on Liverpool Football Club as long as they're there, because that means they're failing, which is great. But as a football fan, just looking at the football itself, like you have FSG, Glazers, all these ownerships that is awful. They get out, man. We don't want that. We want highly competitive teams, not these. Oh, we've got all this money, but we can't spend it. But during COVID, we're trying to up the prices. How about that? Like, let's be honest now. Let's not do that. He is yep, I thought so. Palace. Big up Palace, man. All right, Mandem FC, man. Mandem Palace, my team. Guys, smash the like button for us. Subscribe to the Football Terrace. You know what it is. We're here with Don Hussam on Straight Facts. People asking where Terry is. He's had a procedure at the hospital. He will give you guys an update later during the match reaction for Man United and Brighton, who play tonight. Do not worry. Terry will be back. He's all good. Got some comments here. Super chat from True Blue. What it says there. Who needs Jude when you've got generational Mount incoming? Big up. That's the thing. Because sometimes Jude, imagine going from Jude Bellingham to Mason Mount. Oh, that is a drop off. And that's what something I want to ask Sam when he's available, when he's back with us is the replacements good enough? You got Jude Bellingham gone, potentially Mason Mount, McAllister, Gravenberch, all these different. It was you got Ugarte. Yeah. Are these guys good enough to fill the midfield holes that you have?
Yes, and those guys are even better to fill the holes than Bellingham himself. But that's not the problem. There's three things here. Number one, you wasted a year of my life for no reason, because every single name KJ just said we could have bought last summer anyway. Number two, Jude Bellingham is not coming to Liverpool to go play for Sunderland. He's not coming for Liverpool to go play for Real Madrid. So he's playing for the biggest club in Europe. It's the absolute biggest. It's like the Mount Rush. It's just like the mountaintop. Real Madrid is the mountaintop of football club. So he's going to play for the mountaintop of the football clubs. Number three. Here's the problem. Here's the massive issue for me. Bellingham is a game changer. Bellingham is like a younger Alisson / Van Dijk that would have elevated you to the next level. Now, can we plug the holes using others? Hell yeah, we can. Of course. But now here's where the problem lies, KJ. We need to go 3 from 3 on this midfield. And what I mean by going 3 from 3 is we cannot make a bad decision. We can't. It has to be all 3 correct decisions. Because the current midfield of Liverpool Football Club, it was the exact thing that I said last summer got proven. Name the last game Ox played. Name the last game Keita played. Thiago, made from Weetabix. Henderson cannot play the sport. People think we scapegoat him. I watch him play football. He is a midfielder who can't pass, can't shoot, can't dribble, cannot do anything on the football pitch. Why are you my captain? Milner is about to leave to Brighton. Let me go on this rant. This is my rant. Milner is going to go to Brighton. Curtis Jones turns up 4 or 5 games every year. This ain't nothing new. This is the Liverpool midfield. It is, I promise you, I'm not exaggerating. Southampton have a better midfield than us. Ward-Prowse starts for Liverpool. Lavia starts for Liverpool. Southampton are 20th. We have a worse midfield than Fulham. We have a worse midfield than Brighton that KJ was just speaking about. A worse midfield than every single top team, by the way. All the top 10 teams. All the top 10. John McGinn would bang for us. Douglas Luiz is better than what we have. You need to understand it is the bottom barrel of midfields that we watch. It is the absolute bottom barrel. And this is the problem. When I was speaking on this last summer, people count depth just in numbers. There's false depth. There's depth that exists but doesn't exist due to maybe someone being injury prone. So, for example, when I count my midfield, I don't count Ox, for example, because I know for a fact he ain't gonna be fit. I ain't gonna count Keita because I know he isn't gonna be fit. So there's multiple. Thiago Alcantara, I know he's gonna give me 20 great games a season, but then the other 30 is gonna go missing. So all of these things that I'm mentioning, you cannot just put numbers up together and go like, here's your depth and just shove it in my face. No, 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 no. There needs to be quality and quantity. Last summer, I said I trade Ox and Keita and Henderson and Milner and Curtis Jones, all 5 to Man City to give me Gundogan, for example, because that's real depth. Because now you look at Man City, KDB doesn't play. Oh, KDB, he needs rest. Let's say, I don't know, whoever the hell they play this Saturday, Sunday. They have Madrid coming up, right? So they need to rest KDB. They play Gundogan. Do they miss KDB and they are playing like they're crap? No. No, they don't. Like, of course, KDB for me is the best midfielder in the league. Best player in the league alongside Salah for the last 5 years in the Prem. Unbelievable. Unbelievable KDB.
Yeah.
However, KDB is an A-star player. Gundogan is an A player. Or, if you want me to not exaggerate, B-plus player. The problem for me is Fabinho and Thiago are the A players. One of them is injury prone. The others are all D minus, F, E. You know, it's not even a C. It's not even a C plus. It's not even a C minus. It's not even passing. It's like barely passing. You know, when you went to uni and you got a D minus, you had to go speak to your professor and go like, I'm about to graduate. You know I probably don't deserve to pass this course, professor, but I have 100% attendance. Just give me a D minus so I can get out of this uni. That's our midfield right now. So it's just the bar is in hell. So McAllister, of course, would improve us. Ugarte, of course, would improve us. Every single midfielder that you mentioned would improve us. But it's about going 3 from 3. Because with all due respect, I ain't going to be like the other Liverpool fans. I ain't going to talk about no process. I ain't going to talk about no top 4. I ain't going to talk about no slowly going back to the blah, blah, blah. No, 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 no. For me, 2020, 2021, when we defended in the Premier League, I gave you a year off. Last season, we won the FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Fair enough. We were chasing quad, didn't work. Okay, fair enough. This season, the fall off. Okay, Jurgen, here. I've got 3 opportunities. I've 3 times. I'm not said anything. So now, next season, I expect us to be lifting the English Premier League. I don't give a shit how. Full stop. That's your problem, not mine.
Fair enough, man. The little you're right about midfield, and the fact that Henderson he pulled a hamstring doing a back heel, bro. That just says it all, man. That just says it all. It's all peak, man. But guys, let us know what you think about Liverpool in the comment section below, in the live chat as well. Can they do what Hassam says? Can they have a brilliant summer and then win the Premier League? Listen, it's possible. They just got to play the cards right. Last night, another game played while Liverpool was playing, and that was Manchester City. And they are just in their championship hunting form that you guys have experienced multiple times. And it's frustrating because when it looks like they're going to do something rubbish, bang, there you go. It's 1 goal, then it's done. And then it's 3-0, and he's like, okay, why did they even
I wanted to hug all my Arsenal friends yesterday. I'm like, you guys, first time? You know that meme? First time?
Yeah. Honestly, it's just like, what can stop these guys? And more importantly, more bafflingly, Erling Haaland is not real. He is a cheat code. He is a cyborg. He is an android. He is something from anime. I don't know. Everything that isn't from this world, that is him. Because he has just gone and broke the most goals in a league season with 35 goals in 33 games or something stupid. Like, what is going on? Like, people are saying it's because the era is easier. Is the era easier, or is it because Haaland's just that good? Like, what makes him be able to do something like this at this scale and this quickly as well?
First of all, I hate Erling Haaland. He took away the one thing I had, which is the Salah record. Now that's gone as well. So, Erling, I hate you. Second of all, like imagine you just take away everything. Like we're just it's just annoying. Like, this season we at least had the record for crying out
Yeah,
loud. Now
yeah.
the record's gone. We could have said Salah broke the Premier League. Hey, but I'm gonna be shameless. Salah broke it with Milner and Henderson. Hey, Salah more impressive than Salah.
You
I
hold
mean,
on
here's
to
the
that
thing.
in it.
Yeah, of course, I have to hold on to something. I'm
Yeah.
just crap this year. We've been so shit, Katie. I've been doing Community Shield prop the last 3 weeks. Hey, you got to do something, man. You got to do something. But here's the thing with Erling Haaland. I think me and you have been involved in such conversations, so you know exactly where I'm about to go with this. I think Erling Haaland is where ability merchants are OTT. Like they just go over the top. I think when someone scores this level of goals at this proficiency, and is doing it week in, week out consistently, you can't be one of them ones where you're like, oh, this guy dribbles better, that guy passes better, blah, blah. Okay, fair enough. I can find you 15 strikers right now that pass better and dribble better than Haaland. At the end of the day, what he's doing at the goal scoring level is absolutely elite. It's absolutely elite. And for me, when you ask about like, is it easier? I think it's easier because he plays for Man City. It's not because the defenses are crap or anything. I think if you take legends of the game, the likes of, let's assume the best striker we've seen in our lifetime, Ronaldo Nazario. You take Ronaldo Nazario, you place him in this Man City team. I think he scores even probably more goals than Erling Haaland. So, like, I think the system is built around creating for Erling Haaland. And this is where Erling Haaland gets massive credit. His finishing and his positioning. You
Mm.
always see him smartly get into positions. That shows you the natural instincts of a striker. So Erling Haaland's always in the right place at the right time. Sometimes the goals he scored isn't the prettiest. Sometimes it's tappins. Sometimes it's a deflection of someone, blah, blah, blah. But he's always there in the right place at the right time. Now, for me, I think you play for this Man City team under Pep with the defense that you have, with the midfield, with the wingers, with the absolute unbelievable creativity that you have. Someone like Erling Haaland is gonna absolutely feast off of that. He's gonna absolutely feast off of that, and he is just absolutely smart and efficient. He's very efficient. He's very efficient. Yes, he has games where he, like, of course, doesn't score. We saw Joe Gomez lock him up a ton of it. Like, it happens. But
Boy,
make no
man, like
mistake,
Martinez.
this is where the social media era overdo it. They act like R9 destroyed every single defender he played. No, R9 had bad games too. Everyone had bad games. But when it comes to these players, KJ, for me and for you, I know you think the same. It's about consistency. So, like, in order to get into wild conversations, you must do wild things, or you must do it consistently. And sorry, you must do it consistently. So, like, if we're starting to have conversations about best ever Prem striker or blah blah blah, then you must do it second year and third year and fourth year, until we eventually all know he's going to end up being a Madrid player. But whilst he's here, for the 2, 3, 4 years he's here, he needs to continue to do it consistently. I'm not saying break the record every year. Of course, I'm not delusional,
Yeah.
but at least, in the next 4 years, win 2 golden boots, 3 golden boots, have a certain element of consistency. Maybe don't go under 20 goals, stuff like that. But for me, it's just City. It's just the City system. It's just what City do. And it's massive credit to Pep Guardiola, 100%.
Yeah. And then there's so many people were wrong. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought Haaland would be good. I didn't think it would be this good. You know what I mean? I thought with the way that Pep was going to play, that Julian Alvarez would probably get maybe more of a pound per pound shining kind of opportunity, and praise. Obviously, famously, Rory Jennings said he wouldn't even score 15 league goals. Look how foolish everyone looks. And I think the issue is because so many people predicted him to be like Lukaku, you know what I mean, to be this guy that can't adapt, you can't play silky football. Now that it's proving them wrong, it's like, I'm just going to call him crap anyway. Let it go. You know what I mean? Let it go. I was a Man United fan that at the time, it's not like I didn't want Haaland because he was rubbish. I was like, you know what? If we didn't get Haaland, I would be okay because we have number 11, who we can't speak of anymore because of what he's done. But I was one of those men. I was wrong. You know what I mean? Everyone and their nan should want Erling Haaland in their team. I don't care if he's not Ronaldo R9. I don't care if he's not Messi on the ball. I don't care if he's not Kaká on the ball. I don't care. He's not Zidane. I don't care. He's not Henry. I don't care. The way that this guy can score goals, headers, left foot, right foot, you need that because you know what's mad? People say stats don't matter. What's the most important stat in football?
Goals, of course.
Goals. Because they win you games, flipping out.
Specifically
You know
if you're
what
a
I'm saying?
forward. Specifically.
Yeah, and especially if you're a forward as well. Obviously, I'm not saying a defender has to get 10 goals a season. That's fantastic. But like, no. But as a forward and in football in general, you need goals to win games, to win trophies. So why would you not want a guy who can score 50, 60, 70, 80 goals? If he does what Messi does in the calendar year, which he could, that's actually also going to be mad. We need to track that.
But here's the thing. This is the thing now. Look, the ability stuff is all good and well. And that's why, like, honestly, I actually generally can't stand ability merchants. Attribute for attribute people. Tacticals as well, the other side. I don't know why I just fight so many people all the time. I think maybe I'm balanced. So I just fight right and I fight left, because I'm down the middle. Someone once told me, Hussam, the reason why the attribute for attribute thing is just a silly comparison is because Gerrard has more attributes than Xavi. If you sit down and you just think about it, attribute for attribute, if you go through everything, shooting, leadership, tackling, defensive element, set pieces, probably Gerrard has more attributes than Xavi. But guess what? Xavi passed and controlled games at such an elite level that he overtakes Steven Gerrard, of course. I'm saying this as a Liverpool fan, even as me, even as Steven Gerrard's biggest fan. I have fought Terry 500 times already, so I'm not trying to fight KJ on it. I'm just giving an example. Sometimes in life, if someone does something so well, take, for example, even if we take it to different sports, I don't know if KJ watches basketball or not.
No, I don't, but you go ahead.
Sometimes there are players in the NBA who just shoot the 3-pointer at such a high level.
Steph is that guy. Steph is that guy,
right? Steph is not as athletic, doesn't have the passing ability of multiple point guards. Steph CP3, for example, he's CP3 much better playmaker. He's like a better pure point guard, if you would like. But Steph, because he shoots at such an elite level, in the words of LeBron James, you have to guard him as in the parking lot type of thing, that it elevates him above people. With Erling Haaland, now I'm not saying, I'm not premature. And I know KJ is the same, Terry. You just can't be premature with it. No one's going to sit up here after a year and go oh, he's better than Henry. Of course not. It needs time. Stuff like that needs time. But scoring goals is definitely, if you are a forward or a winger in the English Premier League, it is the absolute most important thing. Because this is where I show the ability merchants, they're hypocrites. If I were to watch Gabriel Jesus week in, week out, play for your football club, and miss chance after chance after chance, your blood would be boiling. I walked into an Arsenal space, funnily enough, after that Southampton game. And the first statement I heard was, I am so sick and tired of these Joga Bonito footballers. Get me a number 9 that can put the ball in the back of the net. So this is the thing. Putting the ball in the back of the net, it's the currency of a forward. Scoring goals is where it's at. Because I watched Gabriel Jesus against Southampton. It's the 90th minute. Your team needs you. You've just equalized. And instead of shooting the ball at the goal multiple different times, he decides to go down the box, try win a penalty. This is the difference in mentalities. Erling Haaland in Gabriel Jesus' position would take 2-3 shots. He might not score all 3, but he'd score the winner. He'd score the 1 out of the 3. And suddenly it's 4-3 to Arsenal. Guess what? Arsenal will be top of the league now. So goals is the absolute currency for all forwards for me. And all the other things are the cherry on top. But first, you got to get the cake ready, bro.
Yeah.
Get the cake first.
Without the cake, you ain't got no cake, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're at the base, there's no icing. It says a good example is João Felix. All there's all tech, but where's his end product? Exactly. And hey, listen, people want to be screaming João Felix. Yo, look at Atletico Madrid now. That night is gone. Look at him now. Look at them now. They're in the form of their life. They're in second in La Liga. And well, Chelsea, and now listen, I'm not saying it's João Felix's fault that Chelsea are 12th, but look at all the chances he had to take them somewhere, all the dribbles. I've seen him do dribbles, I've seen him do mad stuff, and then his shot is a P roller. And you're just like, what's the point? What
I
is
think
the
that's
point?
Chelsea forwards in general, to be honest with you.
I know. Honestly, I think next season they'll be fine, but flipping out, it's peak right now. Sean says it's taking Mbappe. I can't like, but this is the thing. Mbappe has
Mbappe is
numbers.
elite though.
Yeah, but saying like Mbappe has numbers, so you can kind of
come on.
You can kind of do that. Like you can do that. Fine, if you want Mbappe for different attributes that compared to Haaland, he may not score as many goals, but he brings X, Y, and Z. Cool, because guess what? Both of them are getting 30 plus goals a season, no matter what. So that's calm. But when people are saying,
Sean, would you take Jesus over Haaland?
There we go. When people
that's the real question, because Jesus has more attributes. Who dribbles better? Jesus. Who passes better? Jesus. Who play makes better? Has higher work rate? Blah blah blah. All Jesus. The one thing Haaland has over Jesus is goal scoring. But because he has it over him at such a massive difference, like it's just you cannot just equate it. You know,
you can't. We got some super chats here. First of all, we got Ted Bakes saying Haaland's anticipation is elite, one of the best. No, he's honestly unreal. And also people underestimate the way that he can like manipulate his afterburners, the way he manipulates his speed to get into spaces. All right, listen, you guys should know me right now. PMP and brains. All right, listen, give me that. I love some of that. Haaland in a Chelsea shirt and he won't even score 10 goals. All right, listen, put Haaland in a Chelsea shirt and they wouldn't be 12th. That's all I'm saying.
That's cap, by the way, from Lucy. Massive cap.
Yeah, Lucy, I'm sorry, but
I think he'd be on minimum 15. Even with how starving Chelsea are. By the way, Chelsea actually need a robot.
Yeah, they need a goal scorer, literally.
Because all they've got is technical ability anyway. They've got the Havertz and the Felixes and all the guys who look nice on the ball and blah, blah, blah. They need someone who can put the ball in the back of the net. But they just don't have one.
He's peak, man. I feel bad for Hussam. He has to watch Darwizzy play.
Hey, AJ, I feel bad for me too, brother. I feel bad for me too.
Darwizzy. I like that name, Darwizzy.
KJ, remember that stream on the terrace when I was anti-Darwin Núñez coming on and everyone went mad? And I told you guys, I want to continue Liverpool's success. Let's get a forward who can play the sport. And everyone went mad. Now you see what I'm talking about. But listen, I did not say anything negative on Darwin. Darwin FC, don't come for me. Don't send me death threats in the DMs. For some reason, my fan base acts like he won them a treble. Núñez. I'm just anything.
I've never heard a guy get so much praise for being chaotic. It's crazy. Bruno Fernandes is chaotic and he gets slandered for it. What the hell are we doing here? Jose Mourinho in pole position to become PSG's next manager. Yo, PSG are moving mad right now. Talking about PSG, Debbie, she says, I do not understand PSG. They suspend him for taking a trip to Qatar. When they know he told them in advance. Meanwhile, fans are rioting at him, Neymar, and the manager for the loss. Hey, listen, Messi is Messi, and if he's not got permission to go to his holiday, where is Qatar, Saudi Arabia, wherever it was, I think it was Saudi Arabia he actually went to, he shouldn't be doing that. At the end of the day, you have to be professional. So it is what it is. The fans, the club, they can do what they want about it. I don't really care because they're not my club. But you know what could be my club? PSG have got Qatari owners, and Man United might have Qatari owners. All right, listen, if we get Qatari owners, I'll be happy. To be fair, if we get rid of the Glazers, I'll be happy. Bun them, man. But speaking of...
No, it's time for me to ask you a question. Wait there.
Go on.
Don't go anywhere. Wait there. Don't go anywhere. So, Mr. KJ, if you get Sir Jim Ratcliffe as your owner, are you happy? Be real. Don't lie to the people. There's people watching.
Being real, I'll be very skeptical. I would not be jumping off the rafters because he's in. I'll be jumping off the rafters because the Glazers are gone. If they go, because I know there's a thing where they might stay and he might buy them out slowly, blah, blah, blah. But if they're gone, I'll be jumping about that. Sir Jim, it's just the way he sounds like he wants to go about things is not good. But I can't. Hey, if we get him and I'm costing him out from day one, and then we end up winning the Premier League, I look like a fool in it. So I'm just gonna give him a little bit of time just to show me what I got. But it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good, but we will see. But in the reports, Sam, it's saying that if not Qatar, but the Qataris buy Man United, they will be going in for Mbappe. Now, my question is, do you think that would be possible? And do you think that would be possible? And if it did happen, do you think that takes Man United to the next level?
I don't think it's possible. I'm gonna be so real with you. I'm just being honest. First of all, KJ, my brother, you know who you remind me of right now? I love that question. Who you remind me of right now? When we were younger and we wanted to accomplish something and we always thought about step 4 before step 1 happened. My brother, Sir Jim Ratcliffe might buy you tomorrow. So let's just pump the brakes on the whole Qatar thing. Let me look straight at this camera. Sheikh, you wanted me first. I forgive you. I know you went to the up block. I forgive you. We all make mistakes. Usually in my life, I don't forgive if someone looks the other side, but this time I'll forgive you, my brother. You have my sincerest, welcome back to Liverpool Football Club if this doesn't fall through. And second of all, here's the thing from Mbappe's perspective. I'm gonna entertain you. I'm gonna entertain you.
Entertain me.
From Mbappe's perspective, I think it's been well documented, and even the French president got involved last time he wanted to leave PSG, that if he is going to leave the French league for someone, it's probably going to be Real Madrid. I'm not even saying my club. I'm not even saying anyone else, Bayern, blah, blah, blah. I think it's just, here's the thing. For me and you growing up in a generation where we had to watch Messi and Ronaldo at Real Madrid and Barcelona, where we watched the Galacticos, we need to understand that when it comes to Real Madrid and Barcelona, even our clubs could be stepping stones. We're the 2 biggest clubs in England. Even we can be stepping stones sometimes. I think many players grow up really just dreaming of playing for a Real or a Barcelona a lot more than they grow up dreaming for playing at Liverpool, Man United, or anyone else, even Bayern. So, like when I look at that situation at Man United, I understand the link. Link me between Mbappe and Man United is, of course, Qatar ownership, blah, blah, blah. But I just genuinely don't see it happening. I think Kylian Mbappe, if he were to put on a different shirt to PSG, it is going to be that Real Madrid shirt. And I think it is just the worst kept secret in football. We all know there will come a point in time where that man is wearing the all-white kit and he's standing up at the Santiago Bernabeu. Let's all stop lying to ourselves, And my brother KJ, as an advice to you, as a fellow human being, take it a step at a time. You cannot go from Weghorst to Mbappe. Don't be that greedy.
If anyone can make that happen, the Sheikh can make that happen. He can make that step up real big. But hey, listen, on a real one, I don't see Mbappe coming to Man United. He loves PSG. He genuinely does actually love PSG. He wants to actually make the Premier League, the Champions League. And then also, he is a massive fan of Real Madrid as well. You know what I mean? So I think Real Madrid is where he goes. And someone put a comment in here saying, if we got Mbappe, we'll have to get rid of Rashford. I don't think we would have to get rid of Rashford. Could they play in the same side? That will be up for debate. Would one have the whole bench? Probably. But hey, listen, at the end of the day, I've got Mbappe and Rashford. I'm going to be upset.
Let me tell you something about KJ Milligan right now. He would drive Rashford himself to his next football club if Kylian Mbappe were to wear the Man United shirt. Cut the crap, KJ. I see you like the refuse,
Hey, listen, I love Rashford so much. If I could have them both, I would. I would fight tooth and nail.
And if you had to choose, don't lie. We've had to choose.
If I
you're choosing Mbappe.
Obviously, it's Kylian.
There you go.
If I had to choose, it's Kylian, isn't it? Like, it is what it is. Like,
I got him. I got him.
No, the thing is, I think even Rashi would choose Kylian. If you had the choice out of the two, So I don't think it's anything like that. Rashi, if you ever see this, I do love you. I would never sell you for Mbappe. What I just said was all lies. AI. It was AI generated. It's not
Chat
real.
GPT.
Yeah. But no, like I don't see Man United getting Mbappe even with the Qataris. But I actually it would be possible though. They would have the money to get it done. And plus, hey, it might be a thing where Shakes was like, listen, you guys are failing over there with the whole project. Neymar is you could argue has flopped in a way. You know what I mean? He hasn't lived up to expectations. Messi is about to leave. No, we just take Mbappe and we'll deal with the whole Champions League pride of Qatar kind of business. Maybe that might go down. Super chat here from Debbie says there are reports that Newcastle are in pursuit of Leo Messi. Okay, listen. There is no way Leo Messi, the man who cannot speak a word of English, will step foot in the northest part of England and talk to Geordies as a living. No, he ain't doing it. He ain't doing it. I can't see Messi. Like, imagine Messi trying to talk to a Geordie or the Geordie fans picking up. He's just standing there, just like, honestly, it's not happening. It's not happening. No.
It would be the funniest thing ever. Messi, like, who's used to living in Barcelona, Argentina, even Paris, just sunny cities, great weather. He goes to the northeast. Can you imagine?
Where man them in -5, brother, take off their shirt.
That's like close to the North Pole, bro. Like here, you're gonna here. I can't lie to you, just from a weather perspective, that doesn't work. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I get the Saudi link. I think there's a possibility he goes to Saudi Arabia and plays for like Al Hilal, maybe something like that. But I don't think Newcastle, just because they're sponsored by Saudi. Come on, you guys.
With Newcastle's
have some shame, honestly. This is Lionel Messi.
Money.
Does Messi know who Newcastle is? Bro, have some shame, you guys. Come on, man.
It's mad. You know what? They've been linked to Ronaldo as well. Imagine if they bought Ronaldo and Messi, old man Ronaldo and old man Messi for one last hurrah at Newcastle.
One last dance.
Oh, yeah, listen, that's mad. Might be political. Think a Saudi sponsor. I think that's in relation to.
I think that's related to Newcastle.
The Newcastle, maybe. I'm not too
sure.
I
hear you, but it's -5 degrees. I can't lie. We debunked that with the -5. Just with the -5, it's debunked. Messi is not gonna freeze to death. I'm telling you right now. And Messi don't know who Newcastle are. Also, let's like cut the crap.
That's also very true. Why people compare Haaland to Henry? Who was the best? Listen, right now Henry is the best because we've seen him in the Premier League for longer. Haaland could overtake him.
Consistency is key, remember.
But yeah, with that, we got another super chat here from Aya. It says, I don't get negative fans who think they have the vast football knowledge just because they have hindsight to protect them being negative. It's the easiest thing to do since success is harder to achieve.
Let me just respond to Aya. I hope you're having a lovely day, Aya. You get me. Big up to you, and thank you for the super chat. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the terrace. Here's the thing. Like, you call it being negative, but I honestly don't see it as me being negative. What I stated regarding the Bellingham, because I saw the super chat during the Bellingham conversation, what I stated during the Bellingham conversation was nothing short of reality. Whichever midfielder you're going to mention me as a solution for Liverpool's problems, we could have bought a whole 365 days ago. So we just wasted this season. You need to understand, Aya, we had a run at the Premier League. We could have been Premier League champions this season if we took it seriously, but we didn't take it seriously. And now, the stuff that I could have done last summer, you're telling me I'm supposed to get excited about this summer. And third of all, after waiting for someone for a whole year, he goes to someone else, there's of course going to be an element of anger in you. You cannot, I'm not one of them ones who's going to sit over like, oh yeah, he went to Madrid or whatever, I take the L and life moves on. No. We have to discuss it because it's a collective failure. And that's why there are planes flying over Anfield. And inshallah, there's a third one coming. So big up to you, Aya.
Thanks for the super chat and great response from Hussam there. We have another super chat here that says from Philippe. He said, United have to challenge for the title soon. The squad ain't young like Arsenal, so that's true. Most of their best players need to win now. Enjoy Europa, Hussam. Nice little dig there at the end there. But there's a question.
I know Felipe as well. He's an Australian Newcastle fan. Big up Felipe, man. Love.
Hey, come on. next season, who is actually stopping Man City? Because if Arsenal don't do it this year, which is highly likely, um, who's gonna stop them? What do teams have to do to stop this team? Do they need to buy? Literally, do they actually need to buy Harry Kane and Mbappe and all these players to compete with them?
We
Or is
can
it
stop Man City. That's the
you?
only
You
team that
can.
can stop Man City. Yes. Right now, the only team that can stop Man City is Liverpool, but we must get our shit right this summer. We must. And like, for me, it's just getting to the stage where you need to be able to win 18, 19, 20 games in a row, bro. Like, it's just, you need to be going on some wild ass streak to stop the City team. And like, I look at Arsenal. Here's the thing with Arsenal. Arsenal fans might not like this, but it's the God honest truth. There are two directions they might head in. And let's just move away from Liverpool a little because we know what they're capable of with a good squad, good team. Here's the thing with Arsenal. If they're kind of at a crossroads for me because they're about to enter the Champions League alongside having Premier League fixtures. So they have two decisions they have to make. They either go the Alisson and Van Dijk route, which is sign two world-class players, elevate everyone in the squad around them, or they go the other route and improve the squad overall and run it back. Now, there's risks with both sides. There is risks, of course. But I think for me, having watched the impact that the Alissons and the Van Dijks had on Liverpool, I think with Arsenal Football Club, they go out there, they sign an Osimhen, for example, and they sign another player. Maybe Arsenal fans probably better knowing than me which positions they need more of. But let's say a midfielder or maybe a centre back, someone of the upper echelon, and they bring him to the Emirates. Now you've elevated your team. Now you have players who have won stuff. Osimhen, for example, he just come off winning a league title for Napoli, first time in donkey's years. So like he has that experience. So like when it comes to Arsenal, the only way that they're back in this is if they get their summer right. And as for everyone else, sorry KJ, I don't see anyone else getting involved in this. I'm gonna be so honest with you. And the reason why I know that I'm gonna be involved in it is I know my manager. He's gonna throw the Europa League away. Telling you right now, Thursday nights, you're going to be watching Curtis Jones, you're going to be watching Henderson, Bobby Clark, all these random NPCs that we have in our academy. He don't care. He does not care. The first time that you'll see Klopp field the series side, maybe quarterfinal if we get there. But I think he'll go all out for the league next season. So he'll probably maybe, if we kind of have like a 1920 type run, or what AJ just said. You see AJ? Smart minds think alike. I was about to mention. Or if Arsenal do the Sol Campbell and they themselves go and get Harry Kane, now what is AJ cooking? Because AJ cooking some real shit right here. If they sign Sol Campbell, aka Harry Kane, oh my god. I mean, there's pictures of him in Arsenal shirt when he was younger.
When he was a kid, in it, yeah. That Harry came to Arsenal, we were mad because, listen, again, Jogo Benito football would be dead. Yo, Jesus, he can hold bench. You know what I mean? Or go on one of the wings. Because Harry Kane in that Arsenal team, he cooks. And he cooks differently. They actually win the league with Harry Kane. That's how good he is as a footballer. And in terms of who else could challenge, I understand your point about Liverpool. I can see Liverpool coming back. I can see Klopp being hungry, thirsty for more than he got. If Man United get new owners, more so the Qataris, but even with Sir Jim, and invest correctly, we can challenge. Now, stopping is tough. Stopping. Hey, listen. Stopping Man City would be tough, but Man United, if they sign a striker, if they sign a midfielder and a backup centre back that isn't Harry Maguire, Man United can challenge. Why can't Man United
challenging? You're so delusional.
That's not delusional.
You're about to play Champions League football. Yeah, so that adds a further thing on your squad. And now if Ten Hag wants to play the Ten Hag style, Varane and Martinez can't be hugging De Gea. So they're going to be 20 yards up the pitch. that includes now another transition in which they're going to have to get used to attacking football. You're going to have another transition next season.
Listen, I don't think, because this year this was supposed to be some mad transition that ended us up in seventh, in eighth. You know what I mean? But Ten Hag has been smart. He's done what he's needed to do, and he's up in there in the top four race. It's looking likely to secure top four. He signed players like the Casemiros, like Martinez, who have come in and slotted in perfectly into what we need to do. If you're telling me that a few more additions that are correct, because Anthony would hopefully improve as well. On top of that, a top tier striker will score so many more goals that we should be scoring. We're not going to be bottling 2-0 leads as much.
Copium.
And the defender who's not injury prone, like unfortunately like Varane, next to Leacher, United have a strong spine. Now, if we again, De Gea will be an issue like forever anyway, so we will end up moving on from De Gea. But I don't think it will be such a mad transition where it's like, because of all these new players, we'll just get top four again. I think we could challenge. I don't know how.
I'm guaranteeing you won't challenge next season. Guaranteed.
But last season you would have guaranteed us not getting top four.
No, I wouldn't have. That's not true. I wouldn't have guaranteed not you getting top four. I think top four was always a possibility.
No, but listen, where is this cap, bro?
I said possibility, not probability.
No. You know what? This is cap. We've seen your
because I predicted Man United to finish seventh. Oh, breaking news! Guy got prediction wrong.
You know that.
Okay, but why are you in the top four to begin with?
Why are we in top four to begin with? Because we've won 20. How many games have we won? We've won the amount.
You've won a whole lot of games, but Liverpool have been crap and Chelsea have been crap. So
yeah, but how does answer me this? How does Liverpool being crap and Chelsea being crap make Man United win games?
No competition.
But we still have to win our games.
No, I'm not saying you're weaker. I'm saying the competition's weaker. Who's your competition? Newcastle and Brighton? Come on, be real.
Yeah, but in every single season, bar one, our points total that we have right now leaves us in the top four anyway. So what are we doing here?
Points total.
What are we doing here? What are we doing
here? Total. I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. You have been one of the people, and I have no problem with this, saying that Erik Ten Hag is going to play the Erik Ten Hag system when he gets the players, right? Yeah, so you're saying this summer, when we get X, Y, and Z, now he's going to go and play offensive football, and we're not going to play the haram football that we play. No problem. So now, when he gets these players, I have one half of football where you play the high line. And that was the second half at Anfield where you could see 6 goals in one half. You play the high line one time. Now, what I'm saying, if you want to play offensive football, if you want to play possession football, that requires another transition for you. That does not mean that you're going to fall off. That just means that the players now are going to get used to a totally different way of football. Meaning, now your forwards have to play against a low block most of the weeks. Now your defenders have to defend counterattacks instead of attacks most of the week. So they're sat there now. I have Lisandro, I have Varane, almost halfway line. You're boxing the opposition in. It's a totally different game. It's a totally different game for you. So now you're going to have to transition from defensive football to offensive football. And defensive is not my opinion. Before you come at me, it's the second deepest line in the entire league. I did not make this up. Hussam did not measure the line. It's the statistic people who measured it. Mm-hmm. I'm a chemical engineer. I'm not a mathematician. So they measured the line, second deepest line behind Nottingham Forest. And factually speaking, they average less possession than the Ollie teams. And we used to call Ollie defensive. Defensive is not an insult. You have achieved what you want to achieve this season, which is top 4. I think you're going to get it anyway. You've won a trophy. So defensive football has gotten you what you want to get. But everyone keeps telling me that Ten Hag is going to play offensive football when he gets his players. No problem. But when he gets the offensive football and when he gets that going, then the transition is going to take time because everyone has to play differently. Everyone in the team from A to Z will play different. And this is why your fan base don't want De Gea anymore. Am I lying? Don't they want to play a keeper who can play with the speed?
I agree. I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying, but the reason why I believe that that's not going to hinder us as much because do you think Ten Hag's just sitting there only planning to play this defensive football all season? we've been transitioning throughout the season, be in training and in our patterns of play, which we have been doing this season. Our team goals, we scored more team goals this season than probably under Ollie has. We've been doing that throughout the season. Now, if we bring in players more adjusted to that, plus
Yes.
the lessons and the coaching that we've already got from Ten Hag this season, you're telling me that can't transition into better football again next year?
No,
I
but I'm
think
not
it
saying
can. I
transition
don't know.
season. I'm saying it take time.
Yeah, the time, but I don't think it would be like again a long period of time that everyone was thinking it would be. I think
Two,
no,
3 months.
good preseason, boom, good pre-season. Maybe the start of the season a bit shaky, and then as we
KJ,
go
I'm so
along,
gonna remind you of this next season, inshallah. I'm
wait,
so gonna
remind me,
remind you of
cool.
this.
Remind me, because when I was saying that Ten Hag is not going to be that crap, you know what I mean? That we're not going to fall off to the point where we're in eighth. People were laughing at me then too. Now look who now
No, but
look at
I never said Ten
no,
Hag's
I'm not
crap
saying
ever.
you. I'm
I
not
never.
saying you, but I had people laugh at me saying, "You really think Ten Hag could get you top four?" I was like, "Yeah, like why couldn't he?" You know what I mean? And if we do miss out on top four, it'd be like 1 point. And if we do miss out on top four, it would be by 1 point. So you know what I mean?
I actually said whoever gets Ten Hag is gonna win the league after Pep and Klopp leave. I honestly believe that. But I'm just saying, bro, like going from defensive to offensive just takes transition time.
no.
Like you have to
It just takes
get
time, but I
used to the
believe Ten Hag can
football.
get
You have to all this stuff. Like
yeah, even if
Rashford, for example. Honestly
yeah,
speaking, right? He's had a fantastic season. But how many goals has Rashford scored where it's like a counter attack? He's running in behind. You know, that's the situation. I'm not saying other teams don't score counter attack
yeah.
goals. Many teams do. But I'm saying like maybe a higher percentage of goals are like that. Now, Rashford, instead of maybe having space to run in behind, because people know what Rashford's capable of, etc., now it's going to be a low block. So now you're going to have the right back and the right midfielder sat there from the opposition team every week, just boxing him in. So all I'm saying is, I'm not saying like Man United are going to fall off a cliff. I'm not.
No,
I
I agree.
think they're still going to be in top four. I think they're going to do well in the UCL, but I just don't think challenge is that next step, because now you have to go offensive football first, and then after that you challenge.
If you've seen some of the, you obviously haven't seen every one of our games. You haven't seen every one of your games. So
Most.
you see most, but if you've seen most, you've seen the amount of chances that we have missed when we've had the possession, not just counter attacks. When we've had possession, the ball in and around the opposition's box, we've missed so many chances because our strikers they're not like that. Rashi's had a very good season, scoring headers, getting some tap-ins and stuff. So, but he's not that consistent guy. Let's be honest, he's not. So, bring the team a striker who is clinical like a Harry Kane and he can play football. Bring us a midfielder who can ball carry, keep the tempo going, and bring us a goalkeeper who can play out from the back. I'm telling you now, Man United can, and a centre back that isn't injury prone like Varane and his quality, we can challenge. I guarantee you, we can challenge for the Premier League. We won't win it. I don't know if we will win it, but challenge. We'll be up there.
You know what? Just so we don't fight, I'll say you'll challenge till game week 20, and then you'll just, then it's just gonna be a top
I'll
four.
take that. I'll take that game.
Bro,
week 20,
KJ, man, there's also UCL. Come on, you take the Champions League a lot more seriously than the Europa, so it's a different mindset and all that. And if you get to the knockout round, there's many different things that your players need to get used to. It's normal. It's normal. It's just you're in step two. You're in step two. That's all I'm saying. Step three, you challenge.
Yeah, but step two for us could be challenged. Hey fam, you're step 5 for you, man. I know Klopp had to do a whole.
This is step 8 for me, brother. Step 8. I fell off the stairs. I'm trying to go back up again.
But yeah, man. Guys, smash the like button and subscribe to the Football Terrace. You know it is. Terry is well. He's all good. He's just having a little bit of a rest, coming back from a procedure from hospital, but he's all good. He'll be back with us this evening. To end off the show, to round it off, you said to Terry and myself that you want to chat about a certain Pep Guardiola and his comments on a certain Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. So talk to me, Sam. What you gotta say, man? What are you saying?
Pep Guardiola is an asshole, to put it just straight up. I just like, earlier on, big up AJ. He sent in a super chat. He said, AJ, Hussam, Alex Ferguson or Pep Guardiola? See, there is no bigger hater in the entirety of the red application called YouTube of Man United than me. But Alex Ferguson for me is better than Pep Guardiola. Now, I'm not saying Alex Ferguson wasn't an asshole, but Pep Guardiola is a front runner. Pep Guardiola, you're sat on £1 billion-something squad, and you're sat here being smug to Arsenal for no reason. Just being a smug asshole for no reason. Oh, they achieved the biggest goal. Haha, they got the Champions League. You are the biggest bastard. Sometimes I just look at Pep, and you know, this is why everyone prays on your downfall. And this is why Julia Roberts went to Man United and then go to you. And this is why when Real Madrid beat you, inshallah, I hate Real Madrid. They took my girl and they beat me every time we play. I hate them. But when I see them take on Manchester City, it is Hala Madrid, why nada más settings. I am Hala Madrid all the way. I dare you. I dare you, Pep Guardiola, lose to Real Madrid. Personally, just as Hussam, content creator, I'm going to ruin your life. I'm absolutely going to ruin your life. Because with your bald head, spending 1.6 billion, however, you spent more than the GDP of my country. And you're out here front running, you're laughing at Mikel Arteta, who has to work with the likes of Holding and shit. Get it together, Pep. All these disrespectful interviews that they're giving, don't make me remind you of the interview you gave before the Champions League final. Because remember, it's thanks to you that Havertz and Mounts have a career. They play wide and the right wing back play in the blah, blah, blah. Okay, Mr. Tactician, you lost anyway. So you knew exactly what they were going to do and you still lost. So I just can't stand Pep. I cannot stand them. And I'm happy that as Arsenal fans now, you realize that Pep Guardiola is a greater enemy to our lives than Liverpool Football Club. If you are an Arsenal fan right now, I'm going to tell you, and this is the statement where I'm going to apply to you. If you are an Arsenal fan, next season, inshallah, when there is a Liverpool City title race again, if you are not supporting Liverpool Football Club in that title race, me and you are going to have beef, partner. Me and you are going to have beef because you just saw, you know how obnoxious this guy is. And Pep, I'm looking straight right here at this camera. If you bottle this league, or if you bottle this Champions League, I'm going to ruin you. I'm going to ruin you. You better get it together. Sat in front of a camera mocking Arteta, you bastard. Cannot stand him. Imagine just sat there in a mansion, you know, with 15 butlers and 20 Bugattis parked and just laughing at the pensioners and people like us who work hard to drive a Toyota. Like, haha, you have a Toyota. Fuck you, Pep. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You lucky you in this position to begin with. You lucky you in this position to begin with. I'm done now. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest because that interview triggered me.
All right, I can see, man. Listen, I still go back to when man's crying on camera, just like, we can't replace him. We cannot replace him, and then buys Haaland because you know that's because Aguero was so irreplaceable that you just went and bought Haaland. Listen, this is why I love Pep though. He rattles people in some next kind of way. He's so memeable. Him and Klopp are actually really memeable. I love it. But he's so memeable. But the things that he says and comes out with, I'm just like, where does this guy come from? He's absolutely mad. Absolutely mad.
Hey, I know Arsenal fans are obnoxious. And I have no problem with people wanting City to win the league, but I swear to God, Pep Guardiola, most obnoxious manager. Most obnoxious, like just most obnoxious. Imagine,
do you hate him more?
You know what he does? This is what he does. He's driving in his Lamborghini, and he's like, "Haha, you're homeless," and then he keeps driving. Like, why are you like this? Why? Just so unnecessary. Just laughing at Arsenal, like, "Haha, you were top of the league 93%, but guess what? You got the Champions League. That's a trophy. You should celebrate." I cannot stand him. Honestly. I'm sorry. I have to get that off my chest. I hate him.
I want to change.
I hate him with my whole heart.
But I want to change this question. Who do you hate more? Do you hate Fergie more for your childhood or Pep for now? Like, wait, which one you burning?
Listen, when it comes to hatred, there's hatred, and then there's hatred, but with a little bit of respect there. And for me, Alex Ferguson, I hate him. Like, I cannot. I hate Alex Ferguson, but I hate Alex Ferguson because he was successful. I hate Alex Ferguson because he was successful. You know. With Pep Guardiola, I hate him because he done it the wrong way. And, you know, I hate him because he's just a smug asshole. So it's different. There's different levels of hatred. I hate both. I hate both.
The different kinds. I
I
feel
hate
that. I
both.
feel
One
that.
guy ruined my childhood. You know, every time I had to see that face, it just irritated me. And Pep Guardiola, I hate him now. So it's just, you know, I cannot answer that. I hate both,
Fair,
to
all
be
right,
honest with
fair
you.
enough. Different kinds, man. We've got some more super chats here before we leave out. Aya saying that you're not negative. You're pessimistic.
I'm pessimistic. I should have been more pessimistic last summer. I said we're gonna finish second. I should have been more negative. We're fifth, brother. We were eighth 2 weeks ago, bro. Have some shame. When talk about pessimistic. Come on, man.
It's peak, man. It's peak. And then we got Debbie here saying Varane will drive himself and pick up Mbappe if he goes to United. Some players will gladly get rid of Harry and David before Mbappe. Well, how do you get? Oh, Harry Maguire and David De Gea. Yeah, probably. Probably. Here we got Staffy here. It says we rank 7th in possession, one in the final third, 3.3, 5.3 to City's 5.9. The only thing that's haram is you lying, Habibi.
Okay, let me just tell you something about Staffy. No, keep it up. Keep it
Keep
up.
it
I
up.
don't know if you can bring it up back up again. But you see the
Yeah, I can get
Staffy
it
guy.
back. Don't worry.
Staffy, came on my channel. I rattled the crap out of him. I rattled him. You see, with KJ, let me tell you the difference between you and KJ, Staffy. KJ didn't take it to heart. He understands. I told Staffy as well, defensive football is not an insult. It's just the way you play. Look at what he used to debunk me. Possessions won in the final third. Do you think that debunks anything I said? So let's look at the real argument that I made. Second deepest line in the entire league. Only Nottingham Forest play a deeper line. Not Hussam making it up. Not HussamStatistics.com. It's the statistics people. And you had less possession than you had under Oli. Now, your fan base had no problem calling Oli defensive. So why does it annoy you when you call Ten Hag defensive? It's okay. He came in, he played offensive against Brighton and Brentford. He's like, we're crap. We cannot do this. So let's just do defensive a little bit. He did defensive and you're in top 4. You achieved your goal. You just don't have to be a sour human being. When I said it to KJ, he didn't even argue that point. He argued the transition time because it's okay. It's okay. Mourinho won a treble playing defensive. Real Madrid played defensive in the Champions League final. They beat us. You think they care? You can play defensive and you can win, akhi. You don't have to always be rattled. Yeah, Mustafa, ya Habib, don't get rattled all the time, bro. Every time you rattled by this point, you play defensive. Hold that. You play defensive football. You play defensive football. You play defense. Cry more. Cry.
He's come back. He's come back. I saw his comment here. Where's it gone? Staffy, where's your comment gone? I saw it. Now
There's
I'm
a
not the
good
time to
reason
lose
why it's
comments.
gone.
Oh, here it is. He goes, I argue my points with passion. Does not mean I'm rattled, bro.
You're 100% rattled. He was about to cry on my stream. Let's not even do this. Come on.
All right, guys, it's been wonderful. Hassam, great as always. We should do, you know what? We should do this again. Bun Terry. Actually, no, not Bun Terry. Pays my wages. Let's let Terry rest. Let's bench him every now and then, and let's just have fun. You know what I mean? The heated arguments are not as heated. We can have a good times. I know Terry in that Man United argument would have pulled up the flipping stats, pulled up the percentage. I don't have Y-Scout like my man to just quickly do up those things. Terry calls people nerds. He's actually very nerdy when you think about it. You know what I mean? He is a geek deep down in his heart.
Carry out.
But no, I love you, boss. Terry is doing well. He's not a geek. He's the coolest man I know. I would love a promotion. But yes,
on a real level, we wish him well as well, Terry. Don't worry. Anytime you down, you got 2 generals right here. We're gonna pull through.
Come on now. We've got your back, man. You got your back. Yeah, big up to Terry. He's doing well. He'll be back with us tonight for Man United and Brighton when they go head to head at the Amex. What will happen? I honestly hope we come out with at least a point and I can end the night happy. Guys, thank you so much. It was like, we need more Hussam on the test. All right, listen, we try and get him, but he's a busy guy. You know what I mean? He's a busy guy. He needs all these links on Twitter and not on WhatsApp. Like, he's just he's just there. He's just around. He's doing his thing, you know. So, but Sam always is around when he's available for the terrace. That's why I love him so much. He's a stand-up guy. We love to see it. Guys, thank you so much. Remember to like, subscribe to the Football Terrace, share this out, comment below after the stream is done what you think, some questions, your comments. We'd love to hear it all. Big up down to Sam. Terry will be back soon. And come on now, United, 1 point. 1 point is all.
Come on, Brighton. Vamos, vamos, vamos.